Good morning, everyone. Today I will teach you Third Thoughts, composed by E.V. Lucas. In our previous video, which I have shared yesterday, we talked about the main theme and literal comprehension of this essay. This story was told to me by a friend. So, E.V. Lucas was told by a friend of his about this incident which Ivy Lucas is presenting before us. It is my destiny, said he, means it is my business, it is my work to buy in the dearest markets and to sell. So he is a dealer. He buys things and he sells them. If I succeed in selling at all in the cheapest, usually indeed, having tired of a picture or decorative article, I have positively to give it away, almost to make its acceptance by another a personal favor to me. So he buys things and sells them. But the other day was marked by an exception to this rule so striking that I have been wondering if perhaps the luck has not changed and I am, after all, destined to be the most enviable thing, a successful dealer. So he wants to become a successful dealer, and every time he fails, but he keeps on trying. So we can learn that one should not give up, we should keep trying. What happened? It happened thus: in drifting about the old curiosity shops of a cathedral city, I came upon a portfolio of water-color drawings, among which was one that to my eye would have been a possible Turner, even if an earlier owner had not shared that opinion or hope, and set the magic name with all its initials so often placed in the wrong order beneath it. What happens in a curiosity shop? Curiosity shop means a shop of antique things. He, the storyteller, looks a portfolio of a watercolor drawing or painting, among which was one that to my eye would have been a possible Turner. So he thinks that this painting can be made by Turner, a famous painter of London, even if an earlier owner had not shared that opinion or hope and said the magic name with all its initial, because there was the name was written only in initials, so one cannot be sure that it is of Turner's only, so often placed in the wrong order beneath it. But his eyes caught the truth, and somehow he was hopeful that this painting might be made by Turner. How much is this? I asked scornfully. He is a dealer, we know that. He buys things and he sells them. So he asked the price. That. How much is this? I asked scornfully. Well, said the dealer, if it were a genuine Turner, it would be worth anything, but let us say 10 shillings. The shopkeeper himself doesn't know the real truth behind the painting. He was not sure that it is made by Turner. So he guesses, or he says that if it would have been painted by Turner, then the prices could be high. But now I'm not sure that whether it is made or painted by Turner or someone else. But let us say 10 shilling. You can give me 10 shilling. I am offering this to you just in 10 shillings. You can have it for that, but I don't mind if you don't, because I'm going to London next week and so take it with me to get an opinion. You can buy it if you don't want to buy. So the buyer says that don't mind, give it to me, and I am going to London next week and I will make it confirm whether it is painted by Turner or by someone else. I pondered. Mind you, I don't guarantee it, he added. He adds that uh, I don't guarantee it whether it is by Turner or not. I gave him 10 shillings. By what incredible means I found a purchaser for the drawing at £50. There is no need to tell, for the point of this narrative resides not in the bargaining with collectors but in bargaining with my own soul. So here comes the turn in this story. The buyer takes the painting to London and he he gets success in selling it at a higher price. One can say he sells it of £50, and he says that it is not, the story is not about the bargaining, it's not about in how many rupees I purchased it and how, with how much profit I sold it. This is not about that. The story is about the bargaining which the author did with his own soul. The astonishing fact remains that I achieved a profit of £49 10 and was duly elated. I then began to think. So the story runs in you can say stream of consciousness technique. What happens in a stream of consciousness technique? There the writer describes the chain of thoughts, the chain of thought which runs in the mind of the narrator. We imagine things and our imagination runs wild. So it describes the imagination, the thinking process, how thought keeps changing. So this is all about that. I then begin to think. So the story will explain the turn, the changes in the thought of the author. The dealer, so my thoughts ran. In that little street by the cathedral west door, from the dealer from where he purchased the painting first, lives in Cathedral Street. He ought to participate in this. Out of pity, he thinks that he was not sure, that's why he sold it in at a cheaper price, and he he doesn't know the profit which I have get by this painting. So out of pity, he thinks that he should also participate in this profit. He behaved very well to me and I ought to behave well to him. This is the thought of the author. This is the first thought. It would be only fair to give him half. I should give him half. I have earned £50. I should give him £25. Thereupon I sat down and wrote a little note saying that the potential Turner drawing, which no doubt he recollected, had turned out to be authentic, and I had great pleasure in enclosing him half of the proceeds, as I considered that the only just and decent course. He writes a note, a letter to the dealer from where he bought the painting, the shopkeeper which lives in Cathedral Street. He writes that the painting which I have bought from you, and you were not sure whether it was painted by Turner or not, but it it's a painting by Turner, and that's why I have the painting turned out to be authentic. It is really by Turner, and I had great pleasure in enclosing him half of the proceeds, and I had earned £50, a great benefit by this painting, and this is just because of you. If you would not have sold this to me, how would I have get this profit? So I would like to share half of my profit with you, as I considered that the only just and decent court, just out of courtesy, nothing like that. Having no stamps and the hour being late, I did not post this and went to bed. What happens? He writes the letter late in the night, and there were no stamps to post it, and the hour being late, and he became late, so he did not post that letter and the money, and He went to bed and he sleeps. And what happens next we will see in our next video. Thanks for watching. We will be continue in our next video.